Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. This video is going to be the first video in a new series slash mega playlist for pretty much everything and everything Grand Summoners based. So all questions that you may or may not have, all the mechanics in game, art gen types, team building, first steps on the new account creation, what to summon for, etc, etc, etc. I will be going over pretty much all of it that I can think of, and obviously if I miss some stuff or if you have anything specific that you would like to see me go over in this giant playlist, then obviously put it down in the comments below so I can see it. And most likely everything that you are probably going to ask me to go over, I already have in the back of my head that it's going to be a topic that I go over eventually. So without further ado, we are going to get into the first thing, which is how to play Grand Summoners on the PC. I get this question asked a lot, and I see it asked a lot in the community as a whole. Usually always gets answered, but I thought, might as well make a full video on it just to show you step by step on how to do it. I personally use BlueStacks 5. Some people use LD Player and some people prefer LD Player. They say it runs better on their computer than BlueStacks does. I personally have always used BlueStacks since I started playing the game on the computer, which is, 4 or 5 years ago. And I've never personally had any issues with it whatsoever. So we're just going to be going over the tutorial for that. Though you can follow these similar steps for LD Player, I just don't know specifics about it. But without further ado, let's open up our browser. We're basically going to type in our Google search bar, BlueStacks 5, and then it's going to be this first link right here. I will put this link in the description down below as well, so you can just have a direct link to it. That way there's no risk of you clicking on the wrong thing. You just click it, and then you'll see the little 5. It looks like a lightning bolt, and then you just click download BlueStacks, and then from here you can already see I've downloaded this a couple times already, but you want to save it to your computer, and then once it's done downloading, it'll either pop up over here, or if you're on Google Chrome, it'll pop up somewhere here, or wherever it usually pops up your downloads on your browser. And then basically all you want to do is open it, and then it's going to ask you, do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? You click yes, and then from there, we'll exit out of Opera. A little window like this will pop up. Yours will say download now or download instead of update. And you just go through the process if you're downloading any other app. And then once you do that, it will restart, and then it will boot you up with something like this, except it's going to be like this. Hang on. So it's going to be like this, right? And you don't want to have it like this. You want it to boot up so that it's always in portrait mode. So we're just going to be going over a couple settings that I usually use on my BlueStacks to make it run pretty well, and just to, optimize it a little bit better. It is an Android based platform. So you just kind of, after you get this all set up, you just kind of go into your Play Store, you log into your Google account, and then, you search Grand Summoners, and then you can download it from there. Obviously, you won't have all these extra apps here. It'll just be a blank state. But let's go into the settings. And from here, so CPU allocation, I just have mine at the standard. It comes, on medium, and then it comes on standard. If you really, really wanted to, you could put enhanced, or I think on some installations, there are ones where you can go up to 8 gigs. I just keep mine on standard though. It runs pretty fine. And then performance mode, I do high performance. And then frame rate, I did enable the high frame rate, and I just put 165. That's my current monitor's, FPS limit, or refresh rate is what they call it. And then after you do all that, you click save changes. Every time you make a change on BlueStacks, you are going to have to restart it. So that will be kind of an annoyance on the first, initial setup. But once you set up everything, you won't ever have to go into the settings again. So you just click changes, and then when it restarts, you want to go down to the display. I have mine at 900 by 1600, though I'm pretty sure it starts at 1080, or you can go all the way up to 1440. Again, I personally just keep mine on either the 1080 or the 900. I've had this for a long time, so, you know, maybe my other monitor, I needed to have it at 900 by 1600. But for display resolution, you're going to do portrait. So it's going to be on landscape. You're just going to change it to portrait. And that means every time that the game starts up, it'll always start up on like the skinny platform thing, as opposed to the bigger one like this. And that will just help with, you know, the game will run a little bit smoother, because, you know, every time you open an app, you're not going to have that transition happen, which means you're going to load stuff faster, etc., etc. And then you pretty much, that's the only thing you want to touch on this page, is just the display resolution. And you just change it to portrait, click save, restart. And then once you're done with that, go to graphics. You should have a few options here. I just keep mine on DirectX, and then graphics engine mode, I just have mine on performance, and then interface render, auto, and then this disabled. And then you're going to want to check prefer dedicated GPU. So this will be unchecked. You want to check this, and then it'll just use your GPU to run BlueStacks as opposed to your CPU, which is like your processor. And then you want to save changes. And then after that, I'm pretty sure the only other thing is going to preference. And then right here, it says allow BlueStacks to show ads during gameplay. This will automatically be checked for you. I won't say whether you should or shouldn't, you know, have this checked or not. Having ads on does help pay for the developers to push updates to, you know, better enhance BlueStacks and to make it perform a little bit better. So I personally have mine off, but again, I won't tell you whether or not you should have it on. I'll leave that up to your discretion. I just personally have mine off. And then after that, you just click save changes again, it restarts, and that is it. Once you do all of that, that means your, BlueStacks will always launch like this. Oh no, I didn't want to do that, but it'll always launch like this. And then you just go through and you just download your game, and now you're ready to play. Thank you for everyone who made it this far into the video. That is going to be the end of it. Look forward to, more videos pretty frequently on this playlist and on this topic. That way, if you ever have any questions, you can just refer to this, and then, if your friends have questions, refer them to this too. So without further ado, I will see you all in the next video. Later.